Hello, and thanks for joining me for Samuel in Springtime. Today is Thursday, May 27th, and this is the 27th chapter of the first book of Samuel. David is fleeing the wrath of Saul. Even though Saul's words were kind, David will not be fooled. In 26, he will not be fooled. He does not trust that Saul will let up on him and would continue to pursue his life. So David and 600 of his men and his two wives travel to the land of the Philistines, to Gath, and they serve King Achish. And we've seen King Achish before. So what happens is David serves this king as a warrior. And so he comes to the king and he says, well, I'll go do these raids and I'll bring back the spoils. And that's what he ends up doing. So, but here's the deal. For as much mercy as David has towards Saul, he doesn't have mercy for the innocent. He goes into these neighboring towns, and they identify which towns they are. They're not Israel. They are different towns. And he kills all the witnesses and survive. No, there's no survivors to make claims on what David and his men did there. They take all the spoils of the raid and bring them back to King Achish, and they claim that they have raided Israelite territories, places where the Israelites live. So as much to make David seem like an ally to the Philistines as he is now an enemy to Israel. But in fact, David is not raiding territories of Israelites. David is actually raiding other neighboring Amalekites and other Gadites, different people, not the Israelites. So he's out there doing that and leaving no one alive to tell what happened there so that he can fool King Achish to think that he's being loyal to the Philistines in going against the Israelites. But that is not the case. And then at the end of the chapter, the paragraph there bleeds into the next chapter and sort of ends the story. And he talks about that the king has put his faith and trust in David because he has obviously he's duplicitous in his endeavors, but for the Philistine king, he has made an enemy of himself in Israel. So this is a kind of a short chapter. It's not very long. There's not much going on, but the fact that David, it's so easy for him. I mean, back in the day when you thought, well, he needs to lie to keep himself alive. He was worried about his own, safety. And now he's just sort of like trying to be sneaky. And I guess I understand it, but it's sort of like besmirching his image in my own mind that he's gone and taken his men and killed every person in any place that they raid so that there's no one to report what happened there so that he can lie to this other king. And he lives in Gath in the territory of the Philistines for 1 year and 4 months. And so he's there and gets the trust of King Achish, the king of the Philistines in Gath. And that, like I said, it's a short chapter and it's about 12 verses. And that is the culmination of Thursday, May 27th, the 27th chapter of the first book of Samuel. I hope you have a beautiful day. Take care.